How does one stay confident during times of great chaos or confusion? This is a question I've been asked a lot, but it's a question that, throughout all of history, humankind have asked ourselves and each other, especially at important pivot points in history, which is, I think, what kind of where we are right now. What can happen if you are doom scrolling on your phone and with things going on like what we're seeing in the Middle East and potential nuclear war? You can't help but think, how does that affect me? And if you let it, your self-confidence can turn into confusion, it can turn into pressure, stress, chaos, and at worst case, it can turn into a type of paralysis where I've seen people saying, I don't know if I can function because what is the point of anything if I can't control the future or the outcome of where I'm going to be in a week or a month or next year? And so that kind of helpless feeling can totally suck away your feelings of self-confidence. Let me know in the comments if you are feeling any of these things or if you are just floating above it all. I love it. I hope you are. My name is Kay. Thanks for joining me here on this channel. I talk about helping people to build their self-confidence. I love doing that because I believe, and my experience is that self-confidence is the number one thing that if you have it will help you achieve your goals, no matter what they may be in your life. If you've been here before, thanks for coming back. If you're new, hit the subscribe button and let me know in the comments how your self-confidence is right now and what you are wanting to improve about yourself. Okay, so I don't usually go into news and politics when I'm helping people with self-confidence, but we have to look at what's going on surrounding us and how those pressures may push on our lives and push down our self-confidence. So this weekend, the US president has sent 6 B-2 stealth bombers over to potentially participate in the Israel-Iran war. Okay, so each of these 6 bombers carry, well, it says can carry, but are likely each carrying 2 30,000-pound bunker buster bombs. So bunker buster, meaning they can go deep into the ground and bust up any underground bunkers, approximately 60 meters deep. How many feet would that be? My math is not that great. I'm not going to guess. 60 meters deep. So Israel doesn't have the ability to do that, but they say that they know where the bases are and they want to destroy those nuclear bases, and they say they can't do it without the US's help. US intelligence is saying that Iran could very likely have a nuclear weapon ready to roll. That's not quite the right description, is it? Ready to go within 2 weeks. And that's, I guess, why President Trump is saying he'll decide within 2 weeks whether or not to involve, but he's already sent the bombers now. Mind you, China just this weekend said that they didn't say directly that they're getting involved, but there's been signs that they've been sending ships, cargo to Iran after turning off the transmitters of their planes. What shipments have they been sending to Iran? We don't know. Why they're doing it secretly, we don't know. We can only assume. And one of the Chinese officials has recently said publicly that threatening US, basically saying, don't get involved because there are powerful countries, meaning them, who, they said, don't underestimate powerful countries who may want to fight alongside Iran. So you're at home, sitting on your computer, sitting on your phone, doom scrolling, and you see all these things happening. What do? The stress may build up. You may decide to switch off. You can switch off and you can bypass these things. You can You can get stressed. How do you react? Let me know in the comments how you react. I find that I need to know what's going on, but I also need to switch off. But what is in the middle of that is strengthening what you have, not allowing your self-confidence to be destroyed by external forces. And one thing that helps me the most in this, and it's helped many, many other people, well, thousands, millions of people potentially throughout history, is looking at history. We have been trained by our smartphones and technology to have very short memories now. So in the past, we used to read books. I used to read a lot more books than I do now, but I still love reading and I love books so much. When we read books, you had to turn the page. Oh, remember that? Turning a page. Each page, you had to invest your time. You had to sit still. You had to read. And when you finished the book, you had really invested into that book. It was worth it. Then we went to magazines, we went to blogs, we went to social media posts, Facebook posts, then we went to 140 character tweets, and then memes, just 1 or 2 words. And now we are processing information so quickly that we are not building long-term memory. But when we see the news, we're thinking about all these big things, and it's really hard for the brain to process those things. That's why it's so important to switch off. Anyone who's done a social media detox or a tech detox for a couple of days, usually they see a lot of benefits. If you've tried it, let me know in the comments. I find it so powerful to switch off, or take your phone and put it away for an hour, put it in another room, turn it off, put it on silent. Turn off the vibration as well. Turn it off just for a short period of time. The best thing about history is that you start to see patterns and trends, and then it puts you into a perspective where you realize this isn't the first time these things have happened. How did people deal with it before? Well, one, they mostly survived. Yes, there's been disasters and we can learn from those disasters, but humanity is still here. And things that get people through, one is confidence. If you can be a beacon of confidence for the people around you, even if you're feeling stressed or afraid or panicky or whatever inside, check out my video on Fake It Till You Make It. If you can put that confidence out there to help the people around you who may be feeling really stressed and unsure, help them take a step back. If you can take a step back, look at the bigger picture, look at history. One way to do that, think back to 2020. That's only 5 years ago. Were you a different person before COVID hit? What type of person were you? How have you changed in those past 5 years? If you're a journal type of person and you like to journal, I recommend this is something you might want to journal about, is how have you changed in these past 5 years? How different are you now as a person from 5 years ago? Even if it's hard to measure how different you were as a person a week ago or a month ago, but that is something worth doing. But it's easier to look at a larger timescale. You can go, okay, 5 years ago, where was I? What was I doing before COVID hit? And then COVID hit, how did that change? How did it change your work? How did it change your life, your family, your community, your well-being? All of those things. You start to see a shift. We are potentially at another shift in society, whether it's this war or it's financial, economic recession, other things that have been predicted. These things will shift, but when we can look at things in a larger context, then it's much easier to process and it can really bring the stress level down. And when your stress levels go down, your body, your nervous system can get back under control and your self-confidence can stay up. If you let your stress levels and your your nervous system go crazy. It's really hard to keep your confidence under control. It can be too much on edge. So I recommend looking at taking a big deep breath and looking at the bigger picture. Now, in times of great chaos, people historically have strengthened their local communities. Wherever the war is in relation to you, there is something that you can do in your local community. Get to know your neighbours. Look at your family relations. See, is there someone that you could maybe spend more time with? Is there someone that you would regret not spending more time with if you didn't have the opportunity in the future? Cherish those things. When you find the gratitude in what you have, you can really strengthen what you've got instead of being stressed about what you don't have or what you could potentially lose. So take some lessons from history. Get more independent by connecting with whatever your communities you're in. If you don't have a lot of physical connections with people around you, get more connected with online communities. If you don't have people around you, maybe you could take a step out and meet some people. You'll find that I think a lot of people are finding that we have shared concerns. And if we can just kind of bring them together, we can help each other get through any times of chaos and confusion. Humanity has done that time and time again, and we can really learn a lot from that. Tell me what you think about your situation right now. How are you dealing with keeping your self-confidence up during these times? Let me know in the comments. Check out this next video with more tips on self-confidence, and I will see you there.